stop the criminal in his tracks with this magical incantation. Stop, don't rob me here, this is my no-no-sphere.
Stop, don't rob me here, this is my no-no-sphere. Stop, don't rob me here, this is my no-no-sphere.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think. Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love. Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, Your Worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
So, good morning, guys. It's been kind of quiet on the Star Wars front, the lead up to Skeleton Crew, and I had a video all set to go last night, and I just decided to pull a plug on it. I may go and revisit the subject later, I don't know. Anyway, so last night, after I went to bed, Cameron posted an incoming scoop about a major actor circling Star Wars to the point where they're actually looking for lightsabers that would fit his hand. And it's a Sparrow scoop, obviously, because there's a pretty little bird right there hanging out on Kay's fence post. So I wanted to kind of we've talked about who our dream actors would be for different parts. And on Cameron's Patreon, somebody said they were talking about Henry Cavill for Ben Skywalker. Okay, that's an eraser of Ben Solo, by the way. And of course, Keanu Reeves came up huge. Now, I had never really thought of who could actually play a character that was related to the characters that I love in Star Wars. But let's first visit Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves came into our lives in the late 80s. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And he was not a good actor then. In fact, the movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure didn't seem too far off from who he really was. He had a surfer dude, a slacker, delivery, and he just wasn't a good actor. I mean, this is Bram Stoker's Dracula. He tries to do an English accent, and it was off-putting. As good as the movie is, it was a mistake having a guy that could not play the role in the role. It was just a mistake. So, since The Matrix came out, since John Wick, Keanu Reeves has captured the imagination of old Knights of the Old Republic game players. And when you look at the renderings of Darth Revan, Keanu Reeves is who he resembles. Okay, and you know he's a good enough actor. He's a good guy, apparently. He's a decent, down-to-earth, humble guy. And I think he would be a breath of fresh air coming into a Star Wars movie. I think he'd be a great Darth Revan. I've seen other actors named, and I'm not going to go do the footwork to remind myself of who they are. But Revan is an intriguing character, and he was created for a game. There's a book now called Darth Revan from the Faux Legends, actual canon. And I think that story should be told. Darth Revan was the impetus to change how the Sith did things. He was the one that gave Darth Bane, through a holocron, the idea of the rule of two, so they could go hide. and mess with the galaxy enough to where a Sith Emperor and his apprentice could take over. All right. Took 1,000 years, but, you know, it worked. And I think Revan would be a great character. So let's talk about if they erase the sequel trilogy, which it looks like they are. They're not selling any merchandise. Lego's not making any sets. Let's talk about who could play Jacen Solo. And I'm yelling and ranting and raving for none other than Glenn Powell. First off, if you've seen Top Gun Maverick or Twisters, that is a role he could run away with. And the reason why is because he's got the bravado. He's from Texas, okay? He's got that masculine bravado, the stride, the delivery down packed. He knows what a pilot should act like. I could see him playing Jacen Solo. I could see him doing things that were not quite in tune with the Jedi Order because it had to be done. He's unorthodox. He's really intelligent. He's educated himself beyond what Luke taught him. So actually, I think Glenn Powell would be a great Jacen Solo. And it's really important to be consistent. Again, I think the fans are really kind of spinning out of control because of lack of consistency in the characters in the sequel trilogy. And I think bringing Powell into Star Wars would be a repair of that vacuum that was left over from not respecting the original characters. So let's talk about other stories, though, because there is something that I've noticed that is quite intriguing, and I've been told some stuff about it. So let's watch a little bit of fun, and then we'll be back.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen. With the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed. And our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
Back. Warn him that if he doesn't leave immediately, you'll be forced to turn on the Acolyte. While this is effective, be warned that it is banned in over 97 countries for being a cruel and inhumane way to treat other human beings. Let us know how these techniques worked for you. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many good.
So, you know how we've been waiting for mass layoffs or firings or whatever at Lucasfilm? It appears some of these people are contract employees. So what I've been told, I just found this out, I think I've talked to you guys about this, but revisited it with a connection to Sparrow, that they're waiting for contracts to run out. They won't renew them. Apparently, because I have spies on Blue Sky and they send me stuff, Pablo's going to Europe for a vacation. Going to Europe for a vacation right now. What's going on in Europe? Who is really pissed off right now? Vladimir Putin? What a good idea. Go to Europe on the verge of a nuclear war, but hey, that's not my decision to make. So anyway, from what it looks to me, just from the information I've been receiving, a lot of these guys who've caused so much trouble for Lucasfilm are getting nothing but busy work. They're not they don't have any projects. It looks like they're just doing busy work. So, you know, if you think about it, we'll find out he's gone, but it's not going to be the, you know, Donald Trump, you're fired thing. So anyway, with the fact that Ice Age 6 replaced the December 26th Star Wars film, I have to admit that it looks to me that Bob Iger has spoken. I think him and Jon Favreau probably had a conversation, and to nip this crap in the bud, there is no Simon Kinberg trilogy, and that was shot down a day after it was announced. So now we wait for Kathleen Kennedy to just go away. And really, hopefully, that was her last backbiting attempt at trying to force her way back into Lucasfilm. Again, people are concerned that she'd make it very difficult for Bob to deny her the opportunity to make a trilogy by hyping it up. But if you look at what's going on, they haven't talked about it since. Okay, so there you go. You've got troublemakers going on vacation, to Europe, you know, and it looks to me they're all getting busy work. You've got Kennedy, you know, off on the side, licking her wounds. So, and we're quietly waiting for Skeleton Crew, which it's coming up. I mean, I just put my Star Wars tree up in my office, and then I've got the pink and white tree up in guest bedroom A. And, you know, I've been busy getting ready for Thanksgiving. I'm going to put up the Christmas lights, I think, today, and start a massive rehaul of the refrigerator, you know, getting ready for Thanksgiving. So it's been a quiet time, okay? But if you think about the presidential election, think about the shift. Bob Iger didn't give any money to Kamala Harris. Jeff Bezos, who turned around and said they weren't going to endorse, the Washington Post wasn't going to endorse a candidate for president, had told people that were around him that Trump was going to lose. That was probably earlier this summer. Okay. You know, you've got, you know, even Mark Cuban trying to make nice with the Trump campaign. Something's different. Okay. And Hollywood is in a contraction. What it needs is Star Wars to be great. Okay. It needs people like you and me to want to go to movies, to grow again. Okay. but it needs better writing talent. Okay, and it needs the activists out of the studios. Okay. I mean, David Zaslav has mentioned things. Bob Iger has not. But I don't think James Corbin is a fan of DEI. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to put this out there that there is a story coming out of Lucasfilm via Sparrow that a major league actor is circling Star Wars. Who could it be? I talked about two people I think would be great. Keanu Reeves as Revan and Glenn Powell as Jason Solo. So, and we've got troublemakers scurrying away on vacation. So this is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.